All right, well, welcome. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate Earth Day. We usually talk about Scribbles because of family engagement or how our applications help with education resources and make things more accessible and equitable. But today we're going to focus on the environmental impact on our home Earth. Uh, Today we're joined with two wonderful ladies from Seminole County Public Schools. I'd like to introduce Carolyn Bledsoe from, she's the Information Services Project Manager. Did I say that right, Carolyn?
Uh, the first L should be deleted. It's bed soul.
I can do that. You know what? I'm actually in edit mode still, so we're good. Okay.
There you go.
All right. And Belinda Dial?
Dial.
Very good.
You got it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. At Seminole County Public Schools. And we are also joined by Julia. And many of you already know Julia. She's on our support team. She's our support expert here. So we're so grateful to be able to talk with you today. How is everybody?
We're doing good.
Great, good.
Yeah.
Is the weather cooperating today on Earth Day in Florida?
Yes, it is.
Here in North Carolina too. Julia Aurelia in the corner up here helping with the webinar, and myself, we all live in North Carolina, and it is gorgeous today, so it's very good. So we're very grateful to talk with you, and thank you for being here. During our time today, we're going to talk about the showcase. We're going to definitely showcase Seminole County Schools and Belinda and Carolyn. We're also going to talk about some tips and tricks that you can use using Scribble software. And we have a special announcement at the end, so stay tuned. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First, Carolyn and Belinda, can you share a little bit about Seminole County Schools? We added some things that we knew.
That's exactly what I was about to share. We're the 12th largest school district in Florida. We're 60th largest school district in the nation. We have about 66,500 students currently, over 10,000 employees. We have a 94.5 graduation rate, and we have been on Scribbles using Scriborder for the past 3 years.
Great. Belinda, anything to add?
No, that catches all of it right there. It keeps us pretty busy. Grateful for Scribbles at this point.
That is so great to hear.
Yeah.
Great. So let's talk about, tell us about using Scribbles in terms of efficiency and the environmental impact.
So I'll start and let Belinda pipe in if she needs to. So we use the e-transcripts that allow us to send the transcript electronically, so avoiding the use of paper. Schools get the information immediately, and it makes the process much faster. And again, we're reducing paper more and more all the time. The more we store the information in an electronic system, the more we can pull it out with Scriborder and get that out to the colleges and to the students right away.
And I would assume it'd be a lot more efficient to be able to pull it off.
Oh, right. It's, yeah. We're not shuffling paper any longer. The only time I think we use paper is on an occasion there's a walk-in or somebody wants a diploma, which is separate from this. We use paper, but other than that, we are paperless.
It eliminates travel time too for the kids. They're pretty grateful that they don't have to run down here and pick anything up or go to the school and drop things off and that type of thing. So they're excited when I say that we do an electronic transcript process.
So saving fuel as well. Wow, we did not add that into our presentation. That's a good one. Okay, so let's say, where were the documents before you scanned them in? Were they in class? Were they in the office?
So we basically had them on microfilm, and I don't recall now how many tapes we had, but that's a very, very tedious process. You look in a huge book. First you find the school, you look in the book, you find the tape the student's on, you go get the microfilm, you scan, you pull up. Well, Scribbles took all of our microfilm and digitized it. It put it all straight into the system so we just search archive. We've been given several indexes to search on: last name, first name, middle, date of birth, social security number, grad date, and/or student ID. So we find that information immediately, no longer go into the microfilm, no longer go into all those notebooks, which we still have just in case, we don't want to get rid of them too soon, but no, the efficiency has improved so much. I mean, I cannot tell you how many transcripts Belinda can knock out in just a day because it's all right there at her fingertips.
It is. It's easy.
All right, tell us, Belinda. Now you have our attention. How many can you knock out in a day?
Oh my gosh, how many orders do I average a day? I'm getting about 40 orders a day at this point. I can get them all pretty much knocked out the same day.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel pretty good about telling the kids when they call me, if I get the order today, I can probably get your transcript to university. And they're like, oh, wow, that's so cool. Yeah, okay, I'm doing it right now.
I think the most unusual thing we saw is when we had the transcript desk and people drove up and came in, came all the way up to the 3rd floor, paid their money in a very little amount, got the transcript. We did not have the traffic that we have now. I mean, it's like build it and they will come, because as soon as we rolled this out, I mean, we started with maybe 10 a day, 15 a day, and then
Yeah.
every day it was like bam. I mean, I have kept a dashboard that I share with our administration every month, the monies that are coming into the transcript desk and the amount of work and transcripts that Belinda's processing.
Yeah,
It's
you said
absolute.
something kind of interesting there. It was almost a barrier to have a paper process.
Right.
Oh,
And
these kids, yeah, they don't hesitate to, throw that credit card on there and get their documents if that's what they need to do to keep, what I'm saying? I mean, when we opened it up electronically, it's not stopped.
Right.
Hey,
And then, of course, I don't know if this is a good place to add, but we also include education verifications.
That's right.
So all of those education verifications that used to come by phone call or email, because they weren't walking in, now they fill that out online as well, and we can satisfy that, and that's hugely improved. Because I mean, it's literally just viewing the transcript and you give us pre-scripted verbiage that we add to the graduation verification and just send.
Right. We've even gotten the schools now to understand that for former students, they don't need to provide that information anymore, forward everything to us here, because I have it right at my fingertips and I can get that out. So it helps them at the school level as well, because they're not inundated with those phone calls and faxes anymore. They know that they can just forward them on and be done with it.
Wow. It's just so seamless what you're talking about. That's awesome. All right, another question for you. So graduation's coming up, a very exciting time of year. How does Scribborder help with students that are seeking their transcripts and applying for colleges and jobs? I feel like you really did already talk a little bit about that, but do you want to add some more?
I'll start and then Belinda can pipe in. I mean, it's generally what we just said. Now what we do is current students still reach out to the high schools. We haven't taken that on here because a lot of that can be handled at the high school level, and we do it free of charge for the current student. Current is all the way to the middle of the summer or to the start of the new school year, and then we consider them former students and they are to use Scribborder. We went as far as to give out cards to the schools. So if someone does walk in, they can hand them a card, or they can email. If they email the school, they can email back the address to get on Scribborder. So that stops something I was planning to speak to at the end is given security and a lot of the things that are happening at the schools today. It was hugely important for me and a great selling point when I presented this to our administration is to stop that foot traffic on the school. Stop them from coming to the county office, stop individuals from going to the schools, and let's just handle it all online, which we do. And so again, Belinda handles it. It goes straight to the college. Even if they call today and it's urgent, it's last minute, we got to get it there. Belinda can get it out same day, and there's no turnaround. And Belinda can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe we give ourselves a 48 or 72 hour turnaround, but we're about 24 hours with all of them.
That's impressive. That's
Yeah.
really- I've never heard about.
Yeah, we love it.
Thought about it in terms of the security before.
Oh, that's exactly how I sold it to the administration. I mean, first of all, we're collecting more money. That's huge. But also the fact that, and then maybe I shouldn't say this in front of Belinda, but for those who need to sell this to your administration, literally the money we take in would cover Belinda's salary. So before we didn't have that.
Right.
And then again, the security is more and more important.
I think Belinda's going to be happy. However she gets paid, she's gonna be okay with that.
Yeah, she's going to work really hard and make sure she is.
Yeah.
All right. I've got another question for you about the e-transcripts. You started talking about that. How often do you use the green leaf that represents e-transcripts?
I'll let Belinda take that one.
All the time. All the time. I look for those first in the morning when I come in and I see my list coming through. That green leaf tells me pretty much what I've got. And so I can go and tackle those first, get those done, get those out to the schools, and then work the rest of the day from there. It makes it such an easy process, so I can tackle it right off the top.
That's great. That is exactly what we were hoping you would say. Yeah, because just so everybody knows, we don't know what they're going to say.
That's true. You send us topics, but not the answer. We didn't send you the answers. But generally, Belinda gauges her work every day, right? Because you know we have a lot of other things to do, and Belinda's highly busy. So that green leaf is immediate. She knocks those out first and I think we're having more and more green leaves. Do we have more and more schools coming on board? So more and more are we seeing colleges with the green leaf? It
seems like it now. It's rare that I run across the college or university that's not participating in the Scribbles program now. So that's very helpful. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
This is a perfect time to add Julia to the conversation, because Julia has, let's see, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, Julia, if that's okay. You good? Okay, so Julia, for those who don't know what the green leaf is and what we were talking about, Julia's just going to step us through real quick, because we said we were going to do some tips and tricks during this. So Julia's going to share the green leaf.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So the green, everyone should be able to see it. Every site has the ability to send records electronically. You log into the process orders queue and you'll see what Belinda was talking about for her list. She can go down the list and she can see everyone that's ETrans compatible. So she'll see those green leaves. And she said she focuses on those. She can get those out like that. As long as she has those access to those records, she can send them off electronically super quick. Once she logs in, she can see the college that she wants to, that they have requested those records to be sent to. In this case is Full Sail University, which I practice saying that college with this. You should have heard it the first time I said it. But you'll see that ETrans compatible green leaf. You know, we're trying to go green. We're trying to be efficient. And so we have that green leaf to show you guys where you can send it electronically. Once it's been sent electronically, that green leaf turns to a green leaf with a check mark. That way you can quickly see that you sent that record electronically. Once that record has been accessed, we change it again. You'll see the green leaf with the check mark. So you'll see the green leaf arrow and then the green leaf with the check mark. And that's so that y'all guys can see those colleges and which ones to send electronically even easier. We are constantly updating that ETrans compatible list. We have someone on the team that contacts the colleges to get that email address on file so we can eventually have all those colleges ETrans compatible. Also, if you have a college that you are constantly mailing records to, you can reach out to us and we can contact that college for you to get them on that list. And so it's just, it's an awesome trick. If you see that list of that green leaf, I told Bridget the answer should be always. You should always be using the green leaf.
Right.
Okay.
I would like to add too and this may have fallen under unique and interesting, but one thing that has really benefited us is when there have been a circumstance or two, you know, occasionally you get the student that calls and says the college says they did not get the transcript.
Mhm.
Well, right there within the scrib order page where we sent the transcript, there is exactly who's logged in to view the transcript. Not only us as, you know, administrators of the system
Mhm.
at our site, but
Mhm.
we also see where the college has logged in and we can see where they logged in and looked at it. We can see where they viewed it. So there have been times when we call, and we call ourselves to save the student headache. We call and say, hey, we see you have viewed the transcript, but you're telling the student that you haven't. So what's
We
the
love that.
Yeah, oh, we love it. It captures the IP address and everything.
Sure does.
Wow, you would not have that with snail mail, that's for sure. If you do have a college that you want to be added to the list, you could reach out to Julia and the support team using support@scribsoft.com, or look for the little intercom or the chat feature when you're logged in.
I use that a lot. No, not really. No, I really don't have to. I have some questions every now and then, but it's good to know that I can just hit that button and.
Yes, it's even more efficient for our team to be able to chat with people than it is to open an email and then try and get more information, because they can do the chat back and forth. So
and it's immediate. I used it this week with Julia. I sent her some information that I wanted to have added, and I'll talk about that in the unique area later. So
question we asked at the end. We have two more questions. So script printer. This is kind of a very hot thing, especially when a lot of people went to working at home when schools closed. Use script printer, and if so, how easily would you say this feature is for you?
Oh, it's easy. I don't even consider it a printer. I mean, you know, you say printer and it's not a printer. It's just, it's there and you can just transfer documents through and send them right out. It's easy.
Okay. Julia, can you tell us a little bit more about script printer for people who don't know?
Yeah.
The script printer is one of my favorite tools. If I am on the phone with someone talking about anything, I'm like, do you have the script order printer? If not, let me install it for you really quick. It's such a neat feature because you can print a document from whatever software you're using, whether it's PowerSchool, SchoolMax, TREC. You can print directly from those, even the archive. You can print directly from those to the scrib order site, to that order that you're working on directly. It's very efficient, it's fast, it's literally clicking print, adding the pages you want to be printed, and then attaching. Those are the steps. To install it, super quick and easy. I was on a call with Robson County in North Carolina before this call, and it took me 5 minutes to install the printer.
Right.
Granted, I mean, I've mastered the installation at this point in my career, but it's super quick and easy. Aurelia and I just worked on updating those instructions for you guys so you can follow them. It goes from step 1 to step 13. That's how many 1, 2, 3, 4. It's quick and easy. Like I said, Aurelia and I updated them. If you need access to those instructions, we're going to send those out in an email. Also, if you need any assistance with that, like Bridget said, email us, send us a message on intercom, and we can do a remote session with you and install that and assist you with that installation.
Did Carolyn or Belinda have something to add to that?
Well, I was just going to say, outside of the printer, we also have the drag and drop feature. So that is also hugely beneficial because if it's in one software and I open it, I can literally just drag it and drop it right there in the page. So that's very beneficial as well.
Perfect. Thank you for adding that. Our final question, and sounds like you could probably go on about this one, but is there anything unique or interesting that you'd want to share?
I will add that we also can go in if we have, we're going to be on Christmas vacation or spring vacation, any of that, we can go in and add those messages ourselves to let the users or the customer know that we're not going to be available. It's probably going to be a little bit of a delay, but we will get to it when we're back. And that's very beneficial because you don't want people calling your transcript line and not getting an answer. Those can quickly go to the fourth floor, or the fourth floor in our building, which is the
Is the superintendent.
We don't want that to happen. So, you know, anytime that Belinda's going to be out for any period of time, a holiday or what have you, she goes in and adds that message. And we have other people who can back up Belinda, but seriously, she has it down to the point that we don't have a lot of need for a backup. And then the other thing I'd like to add is we recently, with the help of Julia, that's what we've been working on this week, is our foundation asked to add a blurb about including a donation with their order. So we have put a check box where they can check and include a $2 donation to our foundation, the Foundation of Seminole County Public Schools. And that check will come separate and go to the foundation, which is they were very ecstatic about. So thank you, Julia.
Yeah, it gives alumni an opportunity to
Exactly.
to contribute, especially if they go on, they don't go onto your site very often, so they see
Right.
that. Oh, you know,
Right.
I can do that. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's great. Okay, this has been great. You guys have been fabulous.
No, thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
We know now we can see those email notifications now. The students can go back into their order and send me a separate note. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's not, you know, but we get through it. I don't like to see those flags out there because then that means I'm going to have to do some research and look at it really quick. Is there a way for me, without having to go back into their order and get to their email, is there a way for me to respond to them through that communication block?
It's a great question.
It's a great question.
I don't know, but it's a neat process, and I can communicate with them. I like it. I like that they can ask me a question right away. A lot of times what we find is that they'll submit an order and 2 minutes later, they're already sending me a little note letting me know that they need these right away and how fast can I get them out type of thing. But yeah, just wanted to know if there was somebody, I thought I was missing something. Is there a way I can go back in and just send a response to them without having to go back into their email?
So there's not. So for the Scribbles K-12 transfer, there is that message. K-12 transfer is from school to school.
Okay.
There is that message feature in that. There's not one for Scrib order. However, you can hit the inform of progress button.
Okay. See, okay.
When you click the inform of progress, you can type in your message there. Just say, we will get these, whatever your message is, you can type that in and send that, and it sends an email to the email address associated with the order.
With that order.
Oh,
okay.
Excellent.
See there? Awesome. Thanks.
That's a lot of knowledge.
And again, that does have the messaging system right in. I mean, it's right there in the system. So you don't have to come in and out of Scrib order to communicate with the student.
No, not at all.
But that sounds like something that our team might consider as an enhancement request. So just so you know, we have the products are updated and there's enhancements to them all the time. And we get those from you. We get those ideas, we get those changes from you. So when you ask these questions and it seems so second nature to you, that's when we would go to our team and say, how hard would it be to do this? And so that's what keeps our product alive and going, and you know, a favorite of everyone, because we stay on top of those kind of things. And you guys ask great questions, and that just helps our team, it helps the product overall.
So I want to say we could not be more happy with the product or the individuals who assist us and help us from time to time, or, you know, that we communicate with, not necessarily help us, because we usually, everything's running very smoothly, but we go back and forth on different things, and we appreciate all the responsiveness. And also I wanted to add to the point that I have reached out to see if Scribbles can take our HR microfilm and digitize that, and how we can go forward using the system in that area as well.
Well, that is, thank you. Thanks. That's amazing. So our team, we just really appreciate the time and the wisdom that you both have shared with us today. Thank you so much for being with us and partnering with Scribble Software. We hope you have a great Earth Day and that everything continue to enjoy everything in sunny Florida. Thank you guys so much. We have a few announcements, so if you want to stay on, we're going to
definitely.
And then we're going to end the session.
Okay.
So, as for our viewers, we wanted to share a couple more items with you. First, we wanted to share that our company scans over 7,200 trees per year worth of paper. So we found that to be amazing, and we wanted to share that with you. And we love that we're a partner. We are a company that creates online applications so we can preserve more trees and forests. We have to say that on Earth Day for sure. Finally, we want to invite you to our big reveal next Thursday. We've been anxiously awaiting the launch of our very own Scrib folders. You heard that correctly. Scribble software is now offering online cumulative folders, and of course, we're going to call them Scrib folders. So we have a lot to share, and we hope that you join us next week. We're going to send an email invitation so that you can sign up, as well as the Scrib printer directions and things like that that we talked about on the webinar. So we do want to say thank you to all of you that joined us today. We hope you learned a lot and will join us next week. If you have any questions, please reach out. We'd love to help. And as a reminder, the webinar will be recorded and we'll put it on our YouTube channel. See you next week for Scrib folders. Close by saying thank you again to Carolyn, Belinda, and Julia. Until then, have a fantastic Earth Day.
Thank you.